Okay, guys, hi. So what we are going to do today is we are going to talk about the surface area of a cylinder. Now, when you're talking about a cylinder, think about it. You've got the two tops that are both circles, and then you have the middle part. We're going to clarify that in a little bit. That's going to be called the lateral surface area. So that's going to think about it like the label that you have on a can. So one other thing I want you to be aware of is sometimes when they're talking about area of a circle, you and I both know that the area of a circle is the radius squared multiplied by pi. Well, sometimes they aren't going to give you or ask you to use 3.14 for pi. They're just going to use the pi sign. So let's say that we had a circle that had a radius of 7. And I asked you for the, wow, that's a super circle. I asked you for the area of that circle. You would just say, oh, okay, well, if it's 7 squared times pi, so the area of that circle would be 49 pi. I know on the play posit, there's one where it's going to ask you that, and it gives you the pi sign for that, so you don't solve it all the way out for the 3.14. Okay, let's go ahead and see what we can find. So first thing, you and I are going to apply this formula. So this is surface area of a cylinder. So the area of the bases, you're talking about the circle up top and the circle on the bottom. So the cool part about it is same formula for area, radius squared times pi, and we're going to multiply it by 2 because the top and the bottom are identical. Then you have the lateral surface area. Really, when you think about it, if you unfold it, it's going to look like a rectangle. So we're going to have this distance is going to match the circumference. So 2 times the radius times pi, and then we're going to use the height. But when you think about it, if it ever asks you for lateral surface area, your lateral surface area is just that rectangle. It doesn't include the 2 circles on top. Okay, let's do a little bit of practice. Okay, so here's my cylinder. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go ahead and I want to, first thing I really want to do is get rid of that. And it looks like we're not cooperating. Okay, so the first thing that we want to do is for surface area, I'm going to find the area of the top and the bottom. So that's our radius squared multiplied by pi multiplied by 2, because there are 2 identical ones. So our radius is 4, so 16. I'm going to go ahead and just multiply by 2, 3.14, 32 times 3.14. You're going to end up with 100.48 millimeters squared. So that's the area of the top and the bottom. Now the lateral surface area plus, I'm going to be a little crowded, so I'm going to put mine down here. You are talking about, we do 2 times the radius times pi, just like we do when we're doing circumference, and then we're going to multiply that by the height. The other thing, remember with the commutative property, it's awesome. I can do this in any order that's easier for me. Plus, we're absolutely using a calculator. So first thing I'm going to do is 2 multiplied by 4, which is the radius, multiplied by 3, multiplied by 3.14. So we are talking about 24 times 3.14. That for the lateral surface area is going to give us 75.36 millimeters squared. And since we're talking surface area of the whole thing, I put it together and I get surface area equals 175.84 millimeters squared. Sweet. Let's try another one. Okay, so we're going to ignore this 10th part just in case we need to. So we still want to do our same formula, and we want to do, sorry, looking at something else. Okay, off we go. So we're talking the radius squared times 2 times pi. So the radius is 6, so 36 times 2 times 3.14. Now this is where we would be using a calculator. We're probably not showing every single thing. 36 multiplied by 2 is 72 times 3.14. You end up with 226.08 yards squared. Now remember, that's for the top and the bottom. I still need to do this lateral surface area. And for us, that's going to be 2 times the radius times pi multiplied by the height. Again, whatever order you want to do it in. So we're talking about 2 times 6, which is 12. The height is 9. So I have 108 times 3.14. And that is going to give us 339.12 yards squared. Okay, so there's the tops and the lateral. Put them all together. So our surface area is going to equal 565.2 yards squared. Okay, one last part, because being a little more advanced in this means that you can handle a word problem. Okay, how much paper is used in this label of the Canopies? So for us, if I'm only talking about the label, that means I only want this part, which if you remember is also called lateral surface area. So I don't want to think about the top and the bottom on this. So I'm only going to use that second part, and I'm going to do 2 times the radius times pi times the height. So we're talking about 2 times 1, which is 2, times 2, which is 4. So basically we're just doing 4 times 3.14. So the lateral surface area of that one, you are talking about 12.56 inches squared. Okay, use those examples to be able to solve it. Then you're going to watch the play pause it and apply it to that. And as we get closer to wrapping up this week, you're going to have a little practice on can you do all of the shapes that we've talked about. All right, good job.